Hello students, welcome back to the channel. So your midterm is ahead, and after discussing with so many students, I came to know one thing, that students face a lot of difficulty in this MCQs. They can master the 2 marker, 3 marker, 5 marker questions, but something which really baffles them is this MCQs. So in today's video, we are going to decode all the MCQs of solutions chapter, and if you watch this one video, then definitely you can solve all the questions from a 1 marker from the chapter solutions. Okay, so now moving to the blueprint, if you can see MCQ and fill in the blanks, there will be 2 mark questions, and in this particular video we'll be solving almost 40 MCQs and 30 fill in the blanks. Okay, so quickly we'll be solving, not taking too much time. I'll be wrapping up this video within 30 to 40 minutes, so you can watch it at 1.5x and revise all your concepts. So first question, which of the following statement is false? The relative lowering of vapor pressure of the solution is equal to the mole fraction of the solute present in the solution. Passage of solute molecules towards solution side through semi-permeable membrane is osmosis. So if you know, semi-permeable membrane only allows the passage of solvent molecules, not the solute molecules. So this is the incorrect statement. Boiling point of the solution with non-volatile solvents is always higher. Yes, elevation in boiling point. So now moving to the second question, which one of the following statements given below concerning the properties of the solutions describe a colligative effect? Vapor pressure of pure water decreases by the addition of nitric acid. Boiling point of pure water decreases by the addition of ethanol. Boiling point of pure benzene increases by the addition of toluene, and vapor pressure of the pure benzene decreases by the addition of naphthalene. So here you know we have to talk about colligative effect. Okay, so colligative effect is happening when we add a non-volatile solute to the solvent. So here you can say vapor pressure of pure water decreases by the addition of nitric acid. So this statement is definitely correct, but this is due to the attraction and not because of colligative effect. Boiling point of pure water decreases by the addition of ethanol. So yes, this is also because of positive deviation, boiling point decreases. Boiling point of pure benzene increases boiling point of the water decreases, so that is a wrong statement. So here the correct answer is option number D, because vapor pressure always decreases when you add a solute to that. Next, molar solubility of helium, nitrogen and oxygen are plotted against the partial pressure of the gas at constant temperature. Henry's law constant for these gases will lie in the following sequence. Okay, so now if you see here, we have Henry's law constant for these gases will lie in the following sequence. So molar solubility of helium, nitrogen, oxygen are plotted. So if you see solubility, let's compare a particular pressure. Okay, at this particular pressure you can see the solubility of different gases. So helium solubility is maximum. Helium solubility is minimum, so its Henry's constant value will be maximum. So where I can see helium, here you can see helium is having the maximum value. After that it will be N2, and lastly will be O2. So option number B here. Moving to the fourth question, pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, pi 4 are the osmotic pressures of 5% solution of urea, fructose, sucrose and KO respectively at certain temperature. The correct order of their magnitude is. So if you see here, KO is an ionic solid, it will divide into 2 particles, right? So I value will be 2 here. So definitely KO value will be maximum. So I have only one option, 2 options are there where I have KO maximum. For pi 4 is maximum, so I'll eliminate that. Next, if you see for urea, fructose and sucrose, so what is the formula of pi? Number of moles, or I can write given mass by molar mass into 1000 by volume. Okay, given mass by molar mass into 1000 by volume in ml. So now what will happen if you see the molar mass? Okay, molar mass of the solute will be how much? Will be, if the molar mass is higher, the osmotic pressure will be least. So, and if the molar mass is least, the osmotic pressure will be highest. So if I see for urea, the molar mass is 60, fructose is 180 and sucrose is 342. So obviously urea mass is least, so pi 1 will be the next option. So that is why option number C here. Next, question number 5, the mixture which shows positive deviation from Raoult's law is. So positive deviation is your ethanol and acetone. Next question, concentration terms like mass percentage, ppm, mole fraction and molality do not depend on temperature. However, molarity is a function of temperature because, so molarity has volume in the formula and volume depends on temperature. So that is why volume depends on temperature and molarity involves volume. Okay. Question number 7, assertion molecular mass of benzoic acid when determined by colligative properties is found high. Reason, dimerization of benzoic acid in solution. So yes, this is definitely the correct statement. Both the statements are correct. We know that benzoic acid dimerizes in the solution. So that is why option number A here. 8th question, the mole fraction of solvent is 0.9. The relative lowering of vapor pressure is. So if the mole fraction of solvent is 0.9, then what is the mole fraction of solute? Solute will be 0.1, right? So that will be equal to the relative lowering of vapor pressure. So option number A. Next, dissolution of calcium chloride in water is an exothermic process, while that of ammonium nitrate, okay, is an endothermic process. The observation is, so if you see for calcium chloride, it is an exothermic process, right? Exothermic process means the heat is evolved in that. So what will happen if you lower the temperature? Solubility increases. Next, we have the second one is ammonium nitrate, NH4NO3. So here also what will happen? It is an endothermic process. Delta H is greater than 0. So here also if you increase the temperature, the solubility increases. So now let's see solubility of calcium chloride. Okay, solubility of calcium chloride decreases with the increase in temperature. Yes, because it is an exothermic process. And that of ammonium nitrate increases with the increase in temperature. Yes, because it is a endothermic process. Next, when acetone and chloroform are mixed together, which of the following observation is correct? So when they are mixed together, there is hydrogen bonding formed here. The interactions become more stronger. AA-BB interactions are stronger than AB. AA-BB interactions are weaker than AB. AA-BB and AB interactions are equal. So AA-BB interactions are weaker than AB interactions because here we get a strong hydrogen bonding. Moving to the 11th question, which of the following is dependent on temperature? We have already discussed it is molarity because it has volume. Which of the following compounds can be used as antifreeze in automobile radiators? Okay, so it is your glycol, option number C, because it has least freezing point. Moving to 13th question, the dissolution of gas is in a liquid is governed by. So dissolution of gas in a liquid is dissolved by Henry's law, that is option number B. Next, the mole fraction of the solute in 1 molar aqueous solution is. So if you see that in 1 molar, okay, in 1 molar, so what is the number of moles of solute? Is equal to 1. Okay, now if it is an I can say it is aqueous solution of 1 molar. So what is the mass of solvent? So mass of solvent here is 1 kg, okay, or 1000 grams, and we can convert it into number of moles of water, that is solvent number of moles, that is given mass by molar mass. So 1000 by 18, which is 55.55. okay. So now if I want to calculate the mole fraction of this one, mole fraction will be equal to number of moles of solute by 55.55 plus 1. So that is 1 by 56.55. okay. So now if I just try to divide it, I can write it by 1000 divided by 5655. okay. Next I can put a decimal and then again I'll get a number here. So 2.0, I can say 2 5s are 10, 11, 12. So 2 5s are 10 will not work. It will 0.01 something. That is option number B here. Moving to the next question, out of the following which is not an example of a solution? Okay, so solution means it should have a uniform composition. So definitely benzene and water will form non-uniform composition. So the option number D. If 1 mole of a substance is present in 1 kg of solvent, then it shows 1 molality or molar concentration. Statement 1, on adding NaCl to water, its vapor pressure increases. Addition of non-volatile solute increases the vapor pressure. So we have studied that when we add a non-volatile solute, the vapor pressure actually decreases. So yes, both the statements are correct. both the statements are wrong. That is, when we add NaCl, the vapor pressure decreases, addition of non-volatile decreases. So option number B here. Next, PA and PB are the vapor pressures of pure liquid components A and B respectively of an ideal binary solution. XA represents the mole fraction of component A, then the total pressure will be. Okay, so we know that total pressure is equal to P naught A XA plus P naught B XB, right? Now if I you can see in all the options I have the XA term, right? So that means I need to write this XB in the terms of XA. So I will have P naught B into 1 minus XA. So I have here P naught A XA plus P naught B minus P naught B XA. Now we will have P naught B, okay, plus XA into P naught A minus P naught B. Okay, so what I will get here, P naught B XA, P naught, so here P naught B XA PA minus PB, which is option number D here. 19th question here, the vapor pressure of two liquids P and Q are 80 and 60 torr respectively. The total vapor pressure of the solution obtained by mixing 3 moles of P and 2 moles of Q would be. So we have number of moles of P is equal to 3, number of moles of Q is equal to 2, mole fraction of P will be 3 by 5, mole fraction of Q will be 2 by 5. Okay, now if I see the total vapor pressure of the solution obtained by mixing 3 moles of P and 2 moles of Q. Okay, so we have the vapor pressure of two liquids P and Q are there. So that is P is equal to 80 torr and for Q is equal to 60 torr. We have to now calculate the total vapor pressure. P total is equal to 3 by 5 into 80 plus 2 by 5 into 60. Okay, so I have 516 and just a minute, 516 and 512. So 16 3s are 48 and 24. So I will get here 72, which is option number A here. Okay. Next, 20th question, the mixture which shows positive deviation from the Raoult's law. So it is ethanol and acetone definitely, because ethanol has hydrogen bonding, but when you add acetone to it, the hydrogen bonding is disrupted. Next, question number 21, the mixture that shows the maximum boiling azeotrope. Maximum boiling azeotrope means it should have, negative deviation, right? So for negative deviation, we know it is shown by water plus nitric acid, option number B. So direct examples, you have just factual questions. Which of the following statement is correct regarding a solution of two components A and B exhibiting positive deviation from the ideal behavior? Positive deviation. So intermolecular attractive forces between AA and BB are stronger than those of AB? No, they are weaker. So this is wrong statement. Delta V mix is equal to 0 at constant temperature. Okay, this one is like this. V mix and H mix is equal to 0. So these are also wrong statement because they are greater than 0. Intermolecular attractive forces between AA and BB are equal to those of A and B. Okay, this is also incorrect. The question what is it is asking? We have to find the correct statement. Okay, just a minute. Intermolecular attractive forces between AA and BB. Okay, this statement. Okay, see. Yeah, the intermolecular forces of attraction between AA and BB are stronger than AB interactions. Definitely AB interactions are weaker, right? So yes, this is the, one second. Yeah, so this is the correct statement. 1 second. Okay, clear? Now moving to question number 23, which of the following statement about the composition of the vapor pressure of an ideal 1:1 molar mixture of benzene and toluene is correct? So this is an ideal solution, you should be knowing. Assuming that the temperature is constant at 25 degrees Celsius, okay? The vapor will contain equal amounts of benzene and toluene. Not enough information. The vapor will contain a higher percentage of benzene, higher percentage of toluene. So if you see that the vapor pressure of benzene is higher, right? So it will evaporate more. So that is why the vapor pressure or the vapor will contain a higher percentage of benzene, which is option number C is the correct answer. Next, a solution containing components A and B follows Raoult's law. Okay, a solution containing components A and B follows Raoult's law. So AB interaction force is greater than AABB, AB interaction force is less than AABB, AB interaction force remains same as AA and BB. So yes, this will be the correct statement, it remains same. So the correct answer is option number C here. Okay. Next, all form ideal solution except. So you have to find out which does not form an ideal solution. So this does not form an ideal solution, that is option number D here. Next, an ideal solution is formed when its component have no volume change on mixing, have no enthalpy change on mixing, have both the above characteristics. Yes, that is option number C. For an ideal solution, delta V mix is equal to 0 and delta H mix is equal to 0. Next question, if molality of the dilute solution is double, the value of the molar depression constant will be. So remember, this constant is only temperature dependent, it doesn't depend on the molality, so it will remain unchanged, option number C here. Next, during osmosis, the flow of water through a semi-permeable membrane is from solution having lower concentration only, from solution having higher concentration only, from both sides of the semi-permeable membrane with equal flow rates, from both sides of the semi-permeable membrane with unequal flow rates. So if you see, osmosis is from solution having higher lower concentration. Okay, so from lower concentration to higher concentration it moves, right? If you have a diluted solution this side, so it will move to this side. So that is option number A. Next, pure water can be obtained from seawater by the process of reverse osmosis or desalination process. Next, from the colligative properties of solution, which one is the best method for the determination of molecular weight of proteins? So that is your osmotic pressure, because here it can be done at room temperature and we use the concept of molarity instead of molality. Next, we have question number 31. Okay, the relationship between the osmotic pressure at 273 Kelvin when 10 gram of glucose, 10 gram of urea and 10 gram of sucrose are dissolved in 250 ml of water. So if you know that the first one, P1 is what? 10 by 180. Then I have P2 which is 10 by 60. And then I have P3 which is 10 by 342. Right? Now if you see, this is the one which is having least denominator, so it will have the highest osmotic pressure value. P2 will be highest, so which I can eliminate here, and this P3 will be least. Okay, so P2, P1, P3, that is option number A here. Next, moving to 32, blood cells retain their normal shape in the solution which are isotonic to the blood. Okay, so in case of isotonic solutions, the osmotic pressure is constant, so there will be no shrinkage. Next, one second, isotonic. Okay. Of the following 0.1 m aqueous solution, which one will exhibit the largest freezing point depression? So the question here is, where will be delta TF highest? So delta TF will depend on I into KF into M, right? I is your Bantoff factor. So here I value is 2, here I value is 1. Here if you see 2 aluminium 3 sulfate, I value is 5. Here 2 sodium 1 sulfate, I value is 3. So yes, the fifth one, the option number C, will have largest freezing point depression. Moving to question number 34, an aqueous solution is 1 molar in Ki. Which change will cause the vapor pressure of the solution to increase? Okay, an aqueous solution is 1 molar Ki. And which change will cause the vapor pressure of the solution to increase? If you add any of the solute, the vapor pressure will decrease. But if you add water, more vapor will be created, so vapor pressure will increase. Moving to question number 35, which of the following salts has the same value of Bantoff factor as that of K3FeCN whole 6? So if you see here, same value of Bantoff factor, you have here 3. And here 1 ion is produced. So the total ion produced here is 4. Here if I see 2 sodium 1 sulfate, it is 3. 3 aluminium, 3 nitrate and 1 aluminium, it will give me 4. Yes. And 3 plus 2, here 5 and here 2. So yes, option number B will be having the same value. Next we have at 25 degrees Celsius the highest osmotic pressure is exhibited by. So again, highest osmotic pressure I into C into R into T. I value you have to check. For glucose it is 1, for urea it is 1, for calcium chloride it is 3, for KCl it is 2. Okay, so now this I value will be highest for option number C, that is CaCl2. Next we have which of the following aqueous solution has minimum freezing point. So this is very important question. Again, if you see delta TF is equal to I into KF into M. Now minimum freezing point will be there if the depression is minimum, right? Depression should be minimum. In that case, which have the minimum freezing point. So when this depression is maximum, there is maximum depression, you will get the minimum freezing point, right? So where this I value, here the I value I into M for option number A, KF is constant, I is 2 and M is 0.01, so I'll get 0.02. Next for option number B, you will have 0.005 and 2 plus 1 3, that will be 0.015. Okay, next here I have option number C, which is again 0.005, and here I have option number D, which is 0.010. Okay, so now if I see this one, you can see where I can find the maximum depression. It is 0.02, that is option number A here. Okay, maximum depression will be there, then the freezing point will be minimum. Going to the next question, for 0.1 m solution the colligative property will follow the order. So again I value will depend. So you have Na3PO4, 4 I value is 4 here, 3 here and 2 here, right? So Na3PO4 will be maximum, then Na2SO4, then NaCl. So that is option number B. Next statement 1, if the red blood cells were removed from the body and placed in pure water, pressure inside the cell increases. Okay, if the red blood cells were removed from the body, okay, it was removed from the body and placed in pure water, so water will start flowing inside it, so pressure will increase inside the cell. The concentration of the salt content in the cell increases. So if you see now inside the cell, more water has come, right? So volume of the cell has increased. So if you see the concentration, it is a molarity, number of moles by volume. So when volume increases, concentration actually decreases. So this is an incorrect statement, this is a correct statement. Statement 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect, option number C here. Next we'll go to question number, okay, just a minute. So here I had a small mistake. This is question number 39. Okay, next, during depression of freezing point in a solution, the following are in equilibrium. So it is always the liquid solvent and the solid solvent should be at equilibrium, option number A here. Next, now we have taken some question from sample question paper or model question paper of 2025. So the solution containing a non-volatile solute, the mole fraction of the solvent is 0.9, the relative lowering of vapor pressure is. So I have already discussed this question. So if the mole fraction of solvent is 0.9, then the mole fraction of solute will be 0.1, which is equal to relative lowering of vapor pressure. So option number B here. Next, we'll go to sample question paper 2. The tanks used by the scuba divers contain helium of how much amount? It is almost around 11.7 percentage. Now moving to the next question, the concentration term that depends on temperature again is molarity. So this was in the model question paper 3 of 2025. So now we will come back to the fill in the blanks question. Okay, so the first question here, desalination of water is based on, so it is based on reverse osmosis. Okay, I'll number there. The shrinking of a plant cell due to the overflow of the water is called as, so when you overflow of water is there, it is called as plasmolysis. Okay, hydrated salts are the solution, hydrated salts are solutions of are the solutions of in solid dash. Okay, so I'll check this once again. Let's see the other questions. 22 karat gold is an example of solid in solution of solid, right? 22 karat gold, this one will be option number 4, and then this one solid in liquid, this is 3. Okay. Next, according to Henry's law, the plot of equilibrium pressure versus dash is linear with the slope equal to kh. The plot of pressure versus mole fraction. Okay, so this is 5. So if you have seen this, P is equal to kh into x, so we can draw y equal to mx here, right? Moving to the next one, red blood cells are isotonic with dash percentage of NaCl solution. So here it is 0.9% of NaCl, that is number 1. For non-electrolytes, the Van 't Hoff factor is 1. Okay, so that is answer is 1 here. Greater the value of Henry's constant of a gas, the lower will be its solubility, right? So this is lower, option 3 is lower. Then an ionic compound dissolves in water if hydration energy is dash than the lattice energy, if the hydration energy is higher than the lattice energy. Next, a solution in which no more solute can be dissolved at the same temperature is called as saturated solution. Okay. Next, we'll go to in deep sea diving, the disease called Bend's is caused due to the dissolution of N2 inside the blood. At altitude, the concentration of oxygen in the blood is low and people feel weak and unable to think properly, called as anoxia. Solutions having the same osmotic pressure are called as isotonic. A solution with lower osmotic pressure is called as hypotonic. Next, the semi-permeable membrane generally used in the reverse osmosis is made up of cellulose acetate. Okay. Next, osmotic pressure is the minimum pressure that must be applied on the solution side. On the solution side to prevent the entry of solvent from the solvent to the solution. In osmosis, there is a net flow of solvent net solution of solvent from, what are the words we have, from solvent to solution, right? From solvent side to solution side. Then if Van 't Hoff factor is less than unity, this shows that the solute undergoes association. Okay. Next, if Van 't Hoff factor is more than unity, it shows that the solute has undergone dissociation. The constant boiling of mixture of two miscible liquids of a definite mole fraction is called as azeotrope. Okay. Then we have the next one, molar elevation constant Kb depend upon the nature of, it depends on the nature of the solvent. Molar elevation constant depends on the nature of the solvent. Colligative properties depends on the number of solute particles. Value of Henry's constant Kh increases with the increase in the temperature, that is third one. As the dissolution is an exothermic process, the solubility should dash. The exothermic process, if you increase the temperature, solubility would decrease. Next, sea divers for breathing inside the sea use a mixture of O2 and inert gas helium. Okay, clear this one? Okay. Let us see the next question here. People taking a lot of salt develop swelling or puffiness. This is called as edema, number 1. Next, at the same temperature, nitrogen gas is less soluble, right? That is why we consider that in tanks. The best colligative property to determine the molecular mass of polymers is definitely osmotic pressure. A non-ideal solution showing negative deviation, then less is the colligative property, more will be the molecular mass. Now you can see here for every colligative property, for example, delta Tb is equal to I into Kb into given mass by molar mass, right? So if this one is less, this one will definitely be more. So this is more. Clear? Okay, so yes students, that's where a lot of questions that we have practiced, fill in the blanks and MCQs. So I hope that you are clear with these concepts. Any doubt in any question, do let me know in the comment section and I'll definitely address it. Thank you for watching and all the very best.